let that young man go. The pretty lady responds that she only likes rich and powerful handsome guys, implying that poor guys are not even worthy of carrying her shoes. Then, seeing him emerge with Wang and Yang, they question the pretty lady about why her client is now with Master Wang. The other lady reveals she heard that the handsome guy sold equipment for 50,000 crystal coins and was now choosing another piece of equipment, leaving them shocked to learn that it was more than 3 months' worth of their salary just in commission. The pretty lady is stunned and exclaims that it should have been her receiving him, so the commission should be hers. After his shopping, Yang tells him to take care and mentions that next time he comes, he should just find her directly. She then introduces herself as Yang Xin. The next day, Ningfeng walks outside proudly with his new equipment, relieved that he tested the equipment last night and the spell it comes with won't be affected by the system, so he doesn't have to worry about exposure. He then happily calls Wang Yu, but then someone tells Wang Yu that they didn't expect to find her there. She sees a group in front of her, comprising a shield warrior, a mage, a great axe berserker, and a cleric. She introduces them to him as members of her guild, and 2 members smile at him, but the other 2 stare at him seriously, making him wonder what was wrong with those 2 because they looked like he owed them 80 million. The shield warrior tells Wang Yu that he remembers she was about to reach her second transformation, prompting her to ask the man what he meant by it. Ningfeng was amazed upon hearing this, knowing that transformations can only be completed once every 30 levels, which made him wonder if Wang Yu was almost level 60. This revelation made it clear why Wang Yu is considered a genius girl with a 5-star rating from the beginning. The man then replies that it was nothing much, he just wanted to give her a gift. He gave her an advanced agility potion that was consumable, of orange quality, and it permanently increased the agility attribute by +3. The Berserker man exclaimed that it was an advanced potion that permanently increases attributes. The cleric asked if she was right to assume it was expensive. The man replied that expensive wasn't a big deal because it cost only 20 to 30,000 crystal coins. However, both of them agreed that the key issue was that such high-level potions are hard to come by, even with money. His father had asked many friends for help and finally managed to obtain one. She thanked the man for his kindness but told him he could take the gift back. However, the man disagreed, emphasizing that the potion was very precious. He then asked her if she wasn't determined to get into the top university. She turned around, replying that there was no need for it, and they still had things to do, so they should go first. The man, visibly angry, pointed at Ningfeng and asked Wang Yu if she was really going to waste time on that kind of trash. She angrily called the man Zhao Cheng to warn him, but Cheng teasingly asked her what was wrong and remarked that a 1-star was just trash and they would never amount to anything in their life. Ningfeng wondered why Cheng was suddenly targeting him, who this guy was, if he was sick, and if he should just cast a forbidden spell on him to settle the matter. The cleric lady attempted to persuade Cheng that they should leave, but he insisted she move aside, declaring it was none of her business. He vehemently told her that Ningfeng's entire body couldn't equate to the value of a single attribute potion, and that they should leave to avoid further embarrassment. However, he was calmly confronted by Ningfeng, who questioned if he was acting like a mad dog, biting people indiscriminately, and pointed out it was merely a +3 potion, yet he dared to boast so arrogantly. This made Cheng angrily retort, questioning what he had said and if he was seeking death. The mage then challenged Cheng, asking if he possessed anything more formidable to justify his attitude and why he wouldn't showcase it to them. Cheng, agreeing with his team, told him that as long as he could produce such an item, he would kneel and kowtow to him, but if he failed, he would perform the gesture instead. Upon releasing the item, he instructed Cheng to prepare himself and presented it to Wang Yu as a gift. Surprised, she discovered it was a pioneer badge, an orange item that permanently enhanced attributes. She inquired about the item, having never encountered it before. Cheng, stuttering, questioned how an item could permanently provide a +10 attribute boost and speculated it was a falsehood. However, he confidently suggested they test it to see for themselves. Wang Yu, initially hesitant, accepted the badge on his assurance that he had found it at his home and intended it for her. Her team urged her to utilize the badge immediately, unable to contain their anticipation. Upon using it, she excitedly confirmed the increase in attributes, astonishing the cleric lady. Meanwhile, Cheng and the mage man denied the possibility, accusing Ningfeng of theft. He reminded Cheng to kowtow audibly due to his purported hearing impairment. Cheng, defiant, refused, but when Meng Yu questioned his hesitation, he sought his team's support, only to find them departing. Left with no alternative, Cheng begrudgingly knelt and performed a loud kowtow. After that, he walked away while waving goodbye to everyone, telling them that he would see them later. Once they were far away, Wang Yu apologized to him, but he told her to stop, indicating that their relationship did not allow for apologies. Smiling, he told her that she really didn't need to accompany him because he preferred her to complete the second transformation and get into the best university. He also mentioned knowing that he couldn't level up with her around. She worriedly told him not to give up on himself, and he replied that he wasn't giving up. She then gave him something, which he saw were skill books. She explained that he could learn them once he reached the appropriate level. Noticing that they were all of purple quality, he asked if they were expensive. She replied that they cost not much money and were incomparable to the badge he had given her, so he told her he would accept them. Later, in a dangerous graveyard on the periphery of the secret realm, the undead lunged at them. Then, an arrow flew, hitting an undead in the head. He shouted that it was 666 and silently thought that the experience gain there was so low. But he couldn't tell Wang Yu that he had already reached level 10, making him wonder what he could do when he felt helpless too. But then, Wang Yu's phone rang, and she answered it. The cleric lady informed her that they had just received news that the big boss, the fallen necromancer, was about to appear, and such an opportunity was quite rare. The lady then asked her if she wanted to pursue it. She asks her if she was coming. Cheng interrupted them by asking, "How else are we going to fight the boss if Wang Yu won't come?" Tell her that the fallen law necromancer can drop rare mage items, which are very important to him. Wang Yu was silent upon hearing this and looked at him, who was telling her to go because it was okay. They were both in that secret realm anyway, so he could level up later. She agreed and told him to go to the safe zone and wait for her, which he excitedly agreed to. She then jumped and flew away while he was shouting to her to take care and come play often when she had time, making her shout back at him to shut up. When she was gone, he smiled, thinking that he was finally alone, and proudly said that the big boss was there today. He was glad that he had prepared early yesterday and learned 2 more skills since they could all be used for free once. The more forbidden spells, the better. The system then showed him the passive skill, Arcane Gift, that allows all his forbidden spells to be cast once a week without consumption. He stretched his arms disappointedly, thinking that he only has 3 skill slots at his current level, and he knew that he wouldn't be able to use the skill book Wang Yu provided for him until he reached level 15. He then looked at his 3 active skills and 2 passive skills. Meanwhile, in a perilous tomb, one of the men in the other team told his members that the big boss had appeared in the depths of the secret realm's high tower, and they needed to fight their way there from here. They should be careful because that dungeon is very difficult and the monsters inside are very dangerous. However, they were all shocked when a flaming power dashed past them. The lady told her team that there was already an adventurer team ahead, making the man stutteringly wonder how they were so far ahead. But the other men noticed that it was Wang Yu and Cheng from the Lion Guild, and told his team that even if they were put on a national scale, they were still extremely powerful newcomers. The other man agreed and told them that others didn't stand a chance while looking at the Lion Guild excitedly and easily killing monsters in the front. The cleric asked the Berserker man if he felt that Wang Yu had become even stronger, to which the Berserker man agreed and responded that, after all, Wang Yu's agility had increased by 10 points. Meanwhile, in the secret realm, within a perilous tomb deep, a forbidden black hole appeared, and he came out from it while excitedly saying that the forbidden spell of spatial magic, indeed fast, is called Void Step. It's a dark forbidden spell that tears through space into the dark world, swiftly traverses to the target location, and can last for 1 hour. A moment later, an eye hole appeared on the ground, and the boss of the perilous tomb deep came out from it, but he just calmly told it that it was late. It immediately launched a powerful attack at him, causing a loud explosion and leaving nothing but dust in his previous position. It furiously called him an arrogant adventurer and demanded to know how he dared to appear alone, thinking he had vanished. But then, he reappeared behind it using his spatial magic, replying that he didn't want to share the spoils with anyone else. He then activated his Meteor Rain skill, a dark forbidden spell that summoned a fierce rain of fire from the sky, causing massive area damage. The boss was shocked to see stones raining fire above it, striking every monster in the tower and causing a huge explosion. He immediately used his spatial magic to evacuate from the rain and saw the system showing him that he had killed a corpse demon, moon demon, erosion ghost, dark feast ghost, armor warrior, and true armor warrior, gaining 12 experience points in total, 200 for each of them. The system then showed him that he had killed a fallen law necromancer, making him gain 50,000 experience points and reach level 30. He walked to the dropped items, knowing the spoils were abundant and that he could use the pendant and gemstones. Unfortunately, the 2 skill books were not exclusive to mages, still, they were worth a lot of money. He decided to absorb the necromancer emblem, thinking that even if it reduced stamina, he could accept it. After absorbing the necromancer emblem, the system showed him that during transformation, he could unlock the hidden occupation, undead wizard, or activate the prerequisite tasks for the hidden occupation of all elemental mage. He smiled, knowing that hidden occupations are quite rare and innate, so there was no way to intervene, making him wonder if those emblems could be the key to activating hidden occupations. He then decided on his choice and shouted that they should not talk anymore because a real man should become an all-elemental mage. Meanwhile, his meteor rain spread to the perilous tomb where Wang Yu and her team were fighting. The berserker, panicking, asked what was wrong and shouted that it was a terrifying magic fluctuation. Wang Yu ordered everyone to stop advancing and retreat, but Cheng disagreed, wanting to kill the necromancer, which made her shout at him, asking if he wanted to endanger everyone when the situation was already so dangerous. Cheng clenched his teeth, thinking it was such bad luck. After retreating, she immediately grabbed her phone to inform Ning Feng, but she read that Ning Feng had messaged her that he had urgent matters and would leave first. Later, he arrived at the transformation hall and walked inside, noticing that not many people were there. He then saw the lady on the side, and the lady asked him if he was there to receive the transformation task, to which he replied, yes. The lady agreed and told him to let her register his information first. She then began to question him about his information, and he answered them. The lady couldn't believe he was undergoing transformation at 18 and noticed that his aptitude was a bit poor. She then stood up and told him to follow her to the mage transformation, which he agreed to. When they arrived at the mage transformation, the lady told him to just follow the process next, and then she would go out first, for which he thanked her. When the lady was out of the room, she saw someone and asked Captain Zhu if there was anything wrong. Zhu replied that they had just gone to investigate on site and the perilous tomb had suffered severe damage. Moreover, the source of power was not yet clear, but the estimated threat level might reach a king or higher. The lady asked Zhu if there had been 2 king-level threats in just 2 days, and Zhu confirmed it. He then told her that he was sent by the higher-ups, requesting Solitary Shadow to take action. On the other hand, in the transformation room, the system showed Ning Feng that his first transformation was to become a Lick Wizard, with conditions to enter the realm of illusion, Wumang Gui Tomb, and obtain the mission item, the Blood Soul Crown. The time limit is 3 days, and the difficulty is a level. The other option is the All-System Mage God, which is the first transformation prequel, with conditions to enter the realm of illusions, Huyang Divine Temple, and obtain the mission item, the Holy Emblem. The time limit is 3 days, and the difficulty is S level. He chooses the All-System Mage God, thinking that it is just a prequel mission. The system asks him to verify the relevant information again. After his mission is settled, he comes out of the room, thinking that it is truly worthy of a hidden profession. Even an S-level mission has appeared. He was glad that they gave him 3 days, so it was not too stressful for him. Another lady smiled and said goodbye to him, and he smiled and waved goodbye, but he noticed that it was not the lady from earlier. Meanwhile, in the perilous tomb, a man excitedly tells Zhu that it is the first time he has seen a member of Solitary Shadow, and that their outfit is different. However, Zhu tells the man to be quiet and responds that, after all, the existence of that organization is an official secret. Zhu explained that it is said that members of Solitary Shadow all possess rare hidden professions that allow them to use the power of darkness in combat, specializing in executing special missions. The lady touched her head in pain and told everyone that it was such a powerful power of darkness that, even though it had dissipated a lot, it still affected her. She tells you that she didn't find any clues and it seems that the culprit disappeared after causing the damage, making it impossible to decide their purpose. Zhu tells her that recently, he has received reports frequently that some secret realms have shown unusual signs, which may be a prelude to some kind of crisis, and asks if there is any connection between them. She replied that it was hard to say and that she would consult with superiors and increase manpower. Zhu couldn't believe that even the famous Solitary Shadow, Quang Lan, found it troublesome. The man asks Quang Lan if the culprit is confined to a monster and if it could be others, but she asks the man back if he means if the culprit is a mutant like her, making the man apologize to her and explain that he didn't mean anything else. She calmly replies that the threat level there has exceeded the king level, and to control such a huge power of darkness, the cost is not something that the human body can bear. The man asks if it means there is an exceptionally powerful monster hidden in the city which could bring about a catastrophe at any time, to which she agrees and replies that it is likely hiding in the dark and must be found as soon as possible. Meanwhile, the monster they were talking about was in his home, finding comfort in the dim environment. He sat on his bed, thinking that after reaching level 30, 4 more skill slots had been added. He decided to start by learning 2 books Wang Yu had given him. He then told the system that he wanted to learn a passive skill, Foul Earth Defense, and clicked on it. The system showed him that the passive skill, Foul Earth Defense, automatically takes effect when attacked, with damage 100% absorbed by the Foul Earth Shell, up to the limit of damage the Foul Earth Shell can inflict. Also, once the attack stops, the Foul Earth Shell will gradually repair itself. He figured out that forbidden curses could also merge with lower level spells to generate new effects, and with this, he had another means of defense, making ordinary damage completely ineffective against him. He then opened the other book, and the system showed him that the detected skill, Falling Rock Technique, could merge with the Forbidden Curse's Foul Earth Shell and Meteor Fire Rain, and had been executed automatically. He then learned the passive skill, Elemental Mastery, Earth, and the system showed him that it could enhance all Earth-based spell effects by 20%. After reviewing his books and skills, he noticed that the